I know you clicked on this video. I want you to stop right there. Stop where we're at right now. I want you to realize something, bro. Life has no meaning. But before I tell you why, I want to tell you my story growing up, just how I was before I even knew what I knew now. Which my younger self would have literally fucking killed to have this knowledge right now. Because when I was younger, I grew up to be this timid kid, this anxious and shy kid who was always so nervous to just talk with people, to communicate with people, talk to my crushes, even just go up to speak to people in public normally without stifling all my words, without feeling stifled, without feeling weird. Always looking at things outside of myself. I remember the times when I was in school, I was always carrying this almost heavy baggage with myself because I was always caring about what other people were thinking. I was always caring about how others were viewing me and just feeling like as if I'm less than or not good enough. And honestly, I hated literally every second of it. But the problem was I was giving it so much meaning. The things that I was viewing, the things I was looking at, I was just looking at it in a certain way, a certain angle, caring so much about it, making it more important than other people were, because I was insecure about it. But once I unlocked the secret to really unlocking myself to be more present with myself without really caring, I became more confident with myself. Realized that life really has no built-in meaning other than the meaning that you actually give it. Life is quite literally just meaningless. And as dark as it might sound, it's true. The things that you're thinking about currently, the things you're wondering about, caring about how other people are viewing you, how you view yourself, some of the things even that you find important in life, they're all meaning something because you gave it that definition. You have that belief system and that there's some meaning in place when there's no meaning at all. Say, for example, like this cup of coffee. I really like this brand of coffee and I think it's my favorite so far. And to me, it's important. To me, it's valuable. That right there is something I'm giving meaning to. Before that, it was nothing. It was meaningless until I gave it something, until I gave it a label, until I gave it a definition. And I know people right now who are watching this saying life is meaningless and think of it in a bad way. What's the point if there's no meaning? There's two things you can come out of it from. You can either feel a victim to it, saying life is meaningless and say, oh, it's me. Or you can just feel liberated and know that life is meaningless. Just stop giving a fuck. Who cares what someone is thinking about you? Who cares how others view you? The only thing that exists is now. Yourself, your presence, and the belief systems you have right now, which I wish my younger self knew, is you can literally alter them. You can change them. They're not stagnant. They're not the same. But you really have to be aware and pick up on the belief systems you're carrying. Pick up on the baggage that you're holding on to. And start really dropping that shit. Start really letting go. Because the things you think are important are probably not really as important. They're only as important as what you give them. And here's another example, which might be touchy for some people. Maybe your grandfather gave you something, or grandmother gave you something to hold on to, possession. It could be as simple as a piece of wood they left behind. That wood is just wood. There was no meaning to someone gave it to you, and then you gave that meaning, you defined it as something valuable because it was from this specific person, even though it's just a piece of wood, and you gave it that meaning. Although there's nothing wrong with that, you're giving it that value. You're caring too much about it. You're putting more value on it than what other people are seeing. A good book that I recommend that you guys read to let go and stop just giving a fuck is a book called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson. That book literally just liberated me back in 2022 because honestly, after reading that book, I realized that really nothing actually has defined meaning until we give it something. And so we don't have to keep holding on to things that really aren't as important as we think they are. So today, I want you to just grab a piece of paper, go in Google Docs, go in Word, write down 5 to 10 things that you think are important to you, that have meaning, which might not actually have any importance or value, and see why you're holding on to them. Why do you think they're important? And do you really need to still have this in your life? If you don't, then that's something that you can just let go of, you can drop. Because if you have this attachment to this thing, this label, it might be just something that's holding you back. So that's how I was with me viewing other people viewing me, or how I viewed myself, which gave me this low lack of self-worth, this low lack of self-confidence. Change how you're viewing it, change your definitions, change your beliefs. And by doing that, I guarantee you, you're gonna have more confidence with yourself. You're gonna start feeling more lighter than heavier, that you have to carry around this burden. Because by not giving a fuck, you feel better with yourself. You feel great. So start today.